Okay.
Looks as good as
So
it's
we're
going
with Erik and Ian, right?
Yeah.
From Gypsyhawk, and I was gonna ask the most generic question: is how has the tour been so far?
It's been amazing, man. We started up the whole West Coast, went down to where did we go down? Like Montana, Denver, Salt Lake City,
through the Midwest.
your hometown, Lincoln.
Yeah, up to Wisconsin. Went to Mall America. It was pretty rad.
St. Paul too. It's all over the place. We played like regular clubs. We played basement parties. Erik got hit by a mosh pit. Got thrown into the drums. The bass got kind of hurt, but it got fixed the next day by one of the opening bands, Visigoth. Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah.
Hooked us up with some weed and some vodka, some schnapps as well. And Denver was a cool dive bar, No seats on the toilet, like
Asian style. Just squatting.
I never knew what that was, but I've learned something new. And
it has been a lot of fun. We've been able to laugh and have inside jokes and things that should piss off the normal person, but to us it's just we just get a chuckle out of it, and it sticks.
I learned how to play Magic on the road.
How was that? Was that challenging?
No, it's just fun.
Magic the Gathering.
Yeah,
That's like so like 19. I thought it was like 1995 or something.
Right. It is, and we roll into Salt Lake City, and we got time to kill in the van, and we're not playing for a couple hours, and we're just playing Magic, and then next thing you know, the bands come by and they're like, "Are you guys playing Magic?" And it's like, "Fuck yeah, we are." And normally, now people be like, "God, you're such a fucking nerd," but they're like, "Dude, that's so rad," and it passes the time so much.
Yeah,
it's better than playing Monopoly or some bullshit game like that.
Yeah, in Mall of America, they actually bought
just a giant thing of cards. It's just like we need to keep it going.
Because they weren't satisfied with their decks, so they were getting all upset in the van.
What was your favorite place to play so far?
Mine was Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle was good. Seattle was a lot of fun. Madison definitely had a great stage. Great place to play. Seattle. San Francisco is a great time. We've got tons of friends up there, and they fucking love to support us, and we love to play with them.
Yeah, the Seattle club was called the Fun House, and it was right across the street from the Space Needle. Had some Mexican food before. Took some big shits there. Took a nice dump at the club.
And then you get to go into a place like Nebraska where they don't get to see a lot of rock and a lot of metal. It's a big college town. So it's just you roll in, you got a lot of good product to show people, not only merchandise, but, a great performance. And then, you put on a great show, and these people that are normally not into your style of music just latch onto you and just want to follow you wherever. And that's really good to go into a town like that.
Yeah, we're almost
supported.
Almost sold out of our merchandise. I don't think we're halfway through the tour yet, so we actually placed an order today to pick up some merch in Kentucky, I think.
Yeah, I think halfway is like tomorrow or the next day.
And then the Rapture is happening on the 21st. It's our day off, so we're going to go party up in New York City, I think.
Does it really rain a lot in Seattle?
It was drizzly, wasn't it?
It was. I told the guys
gloomy.
too, I was like, it was my first time in Seattle. I hadn't been that far north on the West Coast before, and I told them, I was like, if we're going to play Seattle, I hope it fucking rains, because it's just, it's what I want to see, and in a way, it kind of made me want to rock out a little bit more. It's what I wanted to
But it didn't really rain. I think this is the most rain we've gotten, hanging out at a club.
But yeah, we got rain in Denver, too.
Yeah, a little bit, that's right.
Okay, I got another question. I think this is Chris' question. Yeah, this is Chris's question.
If it's outlandish.
Yeah, okay, this is for you, Erik. Which one's been harder, partying or playing guitar?
Oh, jeez. Well, it hasn't been too hard because I haven't been totally shit-faced while we played. We practiced we prepared for this tour, so it's just like business as usual.
Yeah, the band's kind of got a thing where, we like to relax and we like to have fun, and we like to make it feel like no one's walking on eggshells. But at the same time, we definitely critique one another while we're playing. And, it's like being an athlete or something. You got to put your A game. No one wants to fuck up, so at the end of the night, no one comes up to you and says, hey, step up, maybe take down one less beer and, practice one more hour.
Yeah, it hasn't been an issue. Well, we've been partying every night.
This is a question from Nick. He says, how do you survive on a do-it-yourself tour?
Stay at people's houses. You have friends all across the country. I mean, this is the greatest tour I've ever been on, and it's all due to having friends across the country, being cool to people, and they've been hooking us up, cooking us meals, letting us take showers, sleeping sometimes in guest bedrooms, sometimes on the floor.
Laundry.
Giving us laundry. Sometimes, there's many nights we just sleep in the van, and it's really cool. We have a Ford E350, and it has 4 bench seats, and everyone has their own bench seat, and you just park at a truck stop. If you have to take a shit. Or,
Any hookers at the truck stop?
Not yet, unfortunately.
Yeah, that sucks.
Lawlessness.
Yeah, the video vigilante really turned them off about that. Here's another question for Nick. He goes, how is metal supported in its current state throughout the USA?
Very supportive. It's very underground, but we play on a Monday night in St. Paul where we've never been, and everyone's right up front. Everyone's buying more merch than we ever. I think that was the most merch we sold.
Yeah.
I thought. And so buying merch, checking out the band, digging it every single fucking night.
You run into certain crowds that are very strict with their certain type of music, and we might not be that band that fits that bill or whatnot, but we are the group that can kind of change it up.
But most of the shows,
All right.
Most of the shows, since they're set up by not just us, but sometimes friends in other cities, so they'll book it with bands that are similar musical style and stuff they like.
And what are your musical influences, Ian?
Oh my God, that's really apples and oranges. I grew up in the Midwest in Nebraska, so ever since I moved out to California, it was a lot of country and a lot of CCR. I've always been in the rock game. I've loved a lot of rock bands,
you can do a Crip Walk too.
A lot of heavy metal bands. And then I moved out to California, and I met a lot of people that were really into a lot of stuff from jazz to Afro-Cuban to real metal. And I just kind of soak it all up. I think as a drummer, you kind of have to have all that stuff under your hands, and then you got to have those bag of tricks. And there's certain times where when I'm practicing, I'll whip out fucking "And the Thunder Rolls and the Lightning Strikes," and then there's certain times where it's all Cannibal Corpse and fucking everything else.
Right now, I listen to mostly bands that I meet. I've been listening a lot to the new I Decline CD. Big fan of those guys. I'm looking forward. Been listening to Tear ever since I toured with those guys last year, and they're going to be coming out with a new CD. And what else have I bought? Not so much recently. What other band is really? We've been listening to this obscure mix CD. We must have listened to it 20 times so far. With a guy named Micah, and he plays in a band called Glitter Wizard, and he made it for us.
Yeah.
And we've just been rotating these obscure 70s songs. I don't even know the titles of them, but they're rad. So Leonard Skinner, Deep Purple, CCR. Although I don't know if that's technically 60s, but
70s.
Yeah, they are 70s. All right, yeah. I mean, those, for me, I think those would be my top 3.
I agree.
I bought a Kiss lighter at a gas station.
Yeah.
I guess as long as I can dance to it, fucking rock out,
I mean,
it's whatever.
So
We're good. My camera's about to die.
Hell yeah.